What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And this is where we at now. So you clearly see the title of the broadcast. Now, this gentleman right here is going to explain what he's thinking about being a provider male and how being a provider male in times past has gotten men in very tragic situations. So we're going to go here now. Let's check this out. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
But check this out, though. I feel like being a provider has always been a fucking scam. Look at the niggas that was 100% providers, bro. Either they first child wasn't theirs or one of the children wasn't theirs. You feel me? 20 years into the marriage, 15 years into the marriage, the bitch want to leave. You can never keep the bitches happy. You know what I'm saying? You can take the bitch to all type of trips. She still don't feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying?
Now, to add on to what he just said, feeling fulfilled, it's not your job as to make your spouse fulfilled or for you to make them feel happy. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. Happiness comes from within. Now, in a relationship, trying to, make sure your spouse is okay, your loved one is good. Yes, of course, but it's impossible to make another person feel fulfilled. That's impossible. That's not anybody's job. Regardless of man to woman, woman to man, it don't matter.
Buy a bitch a brand new Benz or whatnot, it's still not. That's what I'm saying, bro. Being a provider, it's not. It don't do shit for you, bro. As a man, it don't do nothing but keep you financially stressed, mentally stressed. You feel me? It's no point of doing that shit, bro. Focus on yourself, gang. Scope and mold yourself in your future, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just find you a bitch that's gonna get on your program. Or if she ain't trying to go 50-50, kick that hoe to the curb. Look, we in different times now, man. We gotta protect our goddamn mental and we gotta protect our pockets, bro. Too many of our uncles, grandpas, you feel me, father, them niggas was suckers. You feel me? Them niggas was suckers. They ain't have all this game that we got flowing all around. You know what I'm saying? We got all this game on these apps and shit, man. You feel me? Protect your pockets, protect your mental.
So basically, the men of back in the day didn't have the information that we do have now. They didn't see women en masse acting the way that we see women en masse acting today. Now, not to say that women in the past didn't have issues and stuff like that. We all heard stories of, grandma having a baby that didn't quite look like everybody in the family, stuff like that. Of course, same stories could leak about men having another family across town. But these are the things right here that, back in the day, people didn't have this overwhelming thought process to just quit, just give up real easily. And that went for both sides. Regardless of the situation, people never really just quit as easily as people do today. But men did not have the information on women that we do today. And that's also kind of clouding our judgment as men en masse. The reason why, the dating situation is going down, marriages is going, sideways. A lot of men are not trying to go down this path and stuff like that once we've just really found out how women are basically telling on themselves on the internet, what they've been saying about men or towards men or anything like that. And, it turns men off. It just is what it is.
A provider, in my opinion, it's a fucking scam, bro. All the niggas I seen that was providers, bro, they ain't never shared the dark side, bro, of how that shit drove them into being alcoholics, being on drugs and shit. You feel me? They didn't just provided for this ungrateful bitch, put her up in this house, this and that and third, just for the bitch to divorce him, get the crib, and move a new nigga up in that bitch, and spending this nigga money. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Being a provider, bro, it's a scam, bro. It's a scam. Y'all boys protect y'all pockets, protect your mental. You feel me? Read, pray, meditate, work out. You feel me? Until that right one come along, it's gonna get on that program, bro. You feel me? As men, we ain't gotta be constantly goddamn in a motherfucker face for affection and attention, bro. Because at the end of the day, our role is to lead, bro. lead and build. Long as you leading and you building, bro, you not gonna miss out on the bitch, bro. I'm telling you, the real bitches gonna see that motion, bro, and they gonna follow lead. You feel me? They gonna follow.
That's true too, but at the same time, though, too, you got to still watch that. You got to still watch that. And it's a shame that we live in a society now that we've allowed ourselves to gain so much knowledge, but also be so stupid. And the issue here is that we see these women online every day doing all types of treacherous stuff, things that men in the past never thought women would do. Even in my generation, early millennial, I remember a time before cell phones kicked in, and I never would have thought I'd see women doing some of the treacherous shit that we see women do online. I never even thought women could take that shit that far. And this is the mindset that men have had for women for thousands of years and things like that. Not that say that men didn't know that women are capable of doing treacherous things. There's women in the past that have done plenty of terrible things, but on mass, though, a lot of the huge amount of men collectively, men didn't know all this like we know all this today. And it's at a point, excuse me, it's at a point to where for a vast amount of men, it's not only just a turnoff, it's a danger sign. Call it red flags, whatever you want to call it, things like that. But it's a danger sign. It's like the skull with the cross. You automatically know not to go there or anywhere near that situation. It's an alarm that goes off nowadays when it comes to women, and most men just can't, get off into that mindset to want to deal with women like that. And, these are the issues here. It's sad, but, definitely both men and women need to get that shit together. But the thing of this is most women are online crying all the time about where the good men at, what's going on here, why men not approaching anymore, why women can't find, men that are actually men, manly men, whatever. Most women don't want real manly men in today's society. They can't fathom being with that man because he has standards, he has pride, he has knowledge. And, most women nowadays have been dealing with men that doesn't have any knowledge or pride and stuff like that. So, yeah, they can't really get with a dude like that, and they're not qualified. And that's another issue nobody's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Some of these women out here are not qualified to be with the man that they really want. And, the slowly but surely, I'm starting to see some that are waking up and starting to tell other women that they're not qualified to as well. So, it's happening slowly but surely. But the thing of this is that it's been going on so long. And once people get used to the way that they've been doing things, and collectively, definitely as a society, we do certain things over here in America that other countries don't do. And we're used to doing these things. And when people, go other places and stuff, we have a certain level of, I guess you say, illusion of freedom. So when we go other places, it'd be weird when other people there can't do certain things that we do it here at home without even really thinking or taking a second guess about it. But the fact of the matter is, and the point is that it is highly dangerous if men choose to deal with the wrong woman in today's society. And the majority of the responsibility is going to fall on you as a man when shit go left, period. And that's still a huge factor. And for men to know this now, they're waking up, they're not wanting to deal with it. And, some will rather be solo. Some still try to play the game. Some will, play the game a little bit. But if they find out the chick ain't this and that, they'll get rid of her quick. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.